Anybody got a spiritual thought?
I forgot to turn on the thing, so I missed your prayer.
Oh,
Oops.
sorry.
I can do one.
Okay.
Let's see. So in my religion class, I always just do spiritual thoughts from my discussion board post. We were just talking about the priesthood, and we were reading a talk by Downe Oaks, and he says in the talk, he says men are not the priesthood, and then he goes on to talk about how a lot of people in the church like misunderstand what the priesthood actually is, and they associate it with the priesthood holders, and how sometimes like people get a negative connotation with the priesthood because of a priesthood holder who has like done something wrong or abused them or something like that. And then Downe Oaks was kind of talking about how that's kind of like having a bad experience with an electrical appliance and then not wanting to use electricity anymore. And so it's just like I guess the thought is for us as priesthood holders, we need to be extra careful about what we do, just because other people might, we represent the priesthood, so we don't want to like make other people lose faith in the priesthood if we do something wrong.
Amen.
Amen.
Cool. All right, let's start. So what are the possible causes of Progresso's poor sales performance?
I think one of the main ones was the account executives. It was talking in the case how they didn't meet the minimum number for commissions, and so they just gave up and became fine with the hourly wage instead of trying hard to sell.
Yeah,
I think they've had a better market, like at the beginning. Some of the places that we're going to aren't prime where we're gonna get loans and stuff.
Another thing I think that hurt them was when they went to Sears and Mart. Sears already has a credit card, and the employees there get commission off of the Sears card, and so they never really wanted to help out Progresso. So they didn't care about Progresso's like business, I guess. So that hurt them in those stores.
That's a good point.
So I think like the way they expanded, it hurt them just because they were just suffering losses from Sears. They were barely getting any accounts.
And is that
The infrastructure that they suffered on?
did it mention other retail stores that they went to? Because there are a lot of stores that have that same model, right?
Yeah, it was just
So are
Sears.
these others? Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Next bullet point says, what options are available to improve performance?
Well, I think they need to recruit better for the AEs.
Yeah.
Because they were just hiring people from the grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
Or account executives. Probably didn't have any idea what they were talking about.
Yeah. They could
They
possibly.
only had like a half day of training for an account executive.
Yeah, even more than that. They could possibly Oh, keep going.
Like the motivation not really there for those guys, but they're not really educated either on the business.
Yeah. What were you saying, Baden?
And they could possibly lower the amount of accounts that they need to sell in order to get commissions to help motivate the people to work harder. Because like if you sell an account, you get $8 extra per account. That's a ton. And so maybe just lowering that or having another level farther down.
Gotcha.
Like
Like it. Incentive programs.
So and
Which elements of the business model are validated? Why do you think so?
I think one of the points of it that's validated is that like these people who don't have credit do want some way to be able to build their credit.
Fill a need. Yeah.
Yeah. And so there are people who are wanting to come and get these smaller loans to build their credit up. So there is a customer base.
I was reading that. I mean, they had a little bit of percentage rates than everyone else. So I guess I can help them out instead of going like super into debt just to start building your credit.
Yeah.
I think that the part of their business that was really the most successful is their percentage of paybacks. So they didn't really have a lot of losses because they were really good at picking their customers, and I mean they approved about half of them, or a little more than half, and they only lost like less than 10% of what they loaned. So that's pretty good for a
That's really good.
I think that's their biggest thing. That was really good.
I just was wondering. I don't know what you guys know about. Are there other small loan programs like that? And what type of success? I didn't. If it was in there, I didn't read that part. But
Yeah.
do you guys know?
There's
I
payday
mentioned
lenders.
cash day loans, I think.
Yeah. Did it say anything about if they have similar returns or similar payback or anything like that?
Their interest is a lot higher,
Oh,
like hundreds % higher.
gotcha.
So Progresso's APR is only 36%. Like the average payday loan is like 400% APR. So you pay a ton more.
Wow.
And then there's credit cards that are for like low premium credit cards for people who have terrible credit. Those also have very high interest rates just because of the risk. So it's a lot better than anything else out there for Hispanic families that are poor. And everyone speaks Spanish. So.
Bilingual. My buddy just got a job at as a vendor, teller or whatever. He just like walked in and they were like, "Do you speak Spanish?" He said, "Yeah." They said, "Do you want a job?" He got a job.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Next thing says, which elements of the business ask group members to share alternate points of view. How much profit does Progresso earn on a new loan with the current number of loans per month at a grocery store location?
Or you could just send them a text and be like, hey, I just talked to Chris.
How much profit?
So they said that they would get back about. So the payback is about $180
Yeah.
for the average loan,
And then
and
I think it costs them about
70.
$69 a loan.
So I think they get about $110 profit on each loan.
Oh, but there's another variable cost in there. There's a $55 cost because the company also borrows money from another lending company. They just borrow it at a lower interest rate. And so I think their cost is $55 to that company. And so add that onto the
14. Yes.
No, I deferred this semester. But you can't defer 2 semesters. You can defer 1. So
120. It's 124, right? Minus that.
You think about doing that? Just drop it out.
$56 is what their profit is.
That's what I'm doing.
sounds right. 56 per loan.
Yeah.
So how many new loans do they need per location to break even?
What's the cost of the location?
So
How much was the payback on each loan? Did you say 180?
yeah, 180.
Oh, there's somebody off. This is great. He's so good at making but I got stuff to work on my screen. I feel like she wants to become a spoon fanatic too.
Where does it show their costs?
I don't know.
It doesn't show it in the exhibits.
We had a friend that had a birthday party in Brigham City. That's where I'm from. Oh, really? Do you know Mark? Mark Donat? I should. This is tiny. How old are you? 32? Oh. Probably why I'm still single. I'm working on myself. Okay. That's probably the connection.
Okay, right here it says the overhead of each retail location was about $2,000.
$2,000.
Is that like per year?
So 2 grand divided by 56.
But that $2,000 is not including labor costs.
Does that count as overhead?
Labor?
Yeah.
Direct? I don't know. I forgot. Learned that in my accounting class. I can't remember.
I haven't taken accounting in a very long time. 36 accounts to hit $2,000 per store.
Yeah, she told me that.
How much was that?
She's like,
36 sales.
Did you include labor costs?
No, I didn't have that variable.
Okay, so it said that labor cost was $25,000 a year for just like the basic rep that didn't get commissions.
You said how much? 20? How much?
25,000.
So that's basically 1.2 a month. 1,200 a month.
I think that's cool.
Is that right? There's 1,050.
No, that's 2,000.
Yeah, sorry, 2,000. I'm sorry, 2,000.
And there's usually 2 reps at each store.
Basically. Okay. So basically, overhead is $6,000 with the 2,000 per employee, and then 2,000 for overhead for whatever.
Even.
It might be.
Is 110 loans.
Per month.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're doing it.
Yeah.
She's been sitting in this chair for way too long.
Sweet.
But as a group, we must change the current compensation plan to improve the number of loans made per month. You can change the variable amount, the number of loans needed to receive a payout, and or the fixed compensation. Don't waste time trying to figure out a way to break even with lower number of loans. The board will not go for that. So Baden, you were saying that you want to lower the number of loans to receive a commission?
I think that would, because what it'll do is, let's see, let me get to that chart real quick. Okay, so they have to sell 15 loans, and then after that, they get $18 for each loan on commission. And so if we lowered it to just like 7, but put it at, $8 a loan, they would get used to, or we could put it at like 8, they'd get used to that additional commission, and so they would at least be selling 8. They'd be trying to work for 8, and then they would realize the benefits of selling more.
I work in sales, and part of the compensation they do is it's kind of a ladder effect, and so the better salesman you are, the more you make per sale on total, and so like even beginners will get a bump at like 75 sales. But I guess going along with this, like, if it were each month or a yearly goal or something, I like what you're talking about, where it's like you have like a small bump at eight sales so that they can have something to work towards, and then as they kind of continue on and get more sales, they're able to bump up incrementally to higher percentages as they go up. I think it's kind of fun to say, all right, I'm 2 sales away from making an extra $2 this month. Like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my idea.
I think it's a good idea. I think a lot of their problems is personnel. They need to find better people.
Training. Yeah.
Let's see. So, number of loans needed to receive a payout. So we can do like 7, and then you get $8 per account.
What's up, guys?
Welcome, Jackson.
So we can also change the fixed compensation. Do we want to change the hourly that they're getting paid?
We could almost lower it so that way they're
not
they
satisfied with this hourly.
Yeah.
I mean, we could even just make it like $5 an hour, but keep like lower it down to like 7 accounts to get commission, but keep the commission at $18 per account. So that way, like, they're making barely anything hourly, but it's not that far to reach your commission. Once you do, you get a big payout.
I'm fine with that.
Cool. Cuckoo, ka-choo.
Should we just go like 7 and then up to 15, or should we have one more step in there? Like at 12 or 11?
Yeah, I'd probably put another one in there. So they don't think that reaching 15 is like pointless.
Yeah, I agree.
Say we put,
Put one at 11.
yeah, 1 at 11.
Cool.
And then, yeah, I think that would motivate them more to reach their commission goals.
Yeah. Is that the second bullet point we're talking about, or number 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're on 6.
So 6, once you have made changes to the compensation plan, develop a broader action plan to include specific activities. I like the idea of having training meetings, especially where you've got like less than well-trained individuals. I think having training meetings, and then also like incentive things like I don't know, small bonuses like daily and weekly goals, to help them kind of push when they want to slack or whatever and be okay with minimum wage. Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
It smells like
Training them
tea,
more.
and there's black beans.
Because then they'll feel more comfortable trying to sell.
I agree. There's a big opportunity. There's a lot of Hispanic families that, would take it. I mean, if they got this right sales pitch, they would, of course, want to take advantage of the small loans, boost your credit up to like 600 or higher.
Yeah.
So, yeah, their employees just don't really know how to pitch it that well yet. So training would be good.
Agreed.
I love that too.
Yeah, I like what you were saying too, Devin, about daily goals. They should do like what Noodles and Company did. Like if you beat a sales record of your kiosk, then you get a bonus. Stuff
I can
like that.
totally see that. Yeah.
I like it.
Sounds good.
I'm sitting. Okay, well, right now my major's like.
Will you keep your current AEs? Do you expect them to stay with the new compensation plan? Where will you find new AEs if the current ones leave?
Cool. Yeah.
I think if the current ones leave, we haven't really to begin with. You're just hiring people from the grocery store. And so, if we tried, we could definitely find better people.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Go to BYU Idaho and recruit sales guys.
I mean, you could just recruit Devin. I mean,
Devin would send sales through the roof.
that's his motto: just to sell, just sell it.
Money and fun.
Yeah, that's my motto. What's the motto?
If someone's willing to buy it, just sell it. Just done.
It doesn't matter what it is, just sell it.
Yeah. All right. I'm good with that.
It probably would be a good thing for them to lose some of their AEs because most of them are crappy anyways.
Yeah.
So just
Mhm.
implement the new plan, and then a bunch of them will quit probably, and then find new ones.
Yeah. Then you can get the right people on board.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Good work, brethren.
Sounds good.
Okay.
See you guys next week.
All right, see you next week.
Yeah.
But
Bye.